This after Houthi forces reportedly attacked his home in the capital Sana'a. The Houthis were once allied to supporters of the ex-president, but in recent days there have been clashes. Also, the Saudi-led coalition fighting the Houthis has been carrying out airstrikes. Now, that coalition has been fighting to defeat the Iran-backed Houthis along with Saleh's forces since March 2015. Joining me now from our international affairs desk is Sanam Shantier. Sanam, what more can you tell us? Where is all of this heading?
Claire, it goes without saying that the past few days have been extremely momentous in this conflict that has been going on for some 3 years now. There's been a very sharp exchange, as you've just mentioned, between the two sides of the conflict. Of course, the Saudi-led coalition have been consistently bombing Houthi targets in the capital, Sana'a. Now, Yemen's government, so that's by default, the Saudis have offered amnesty to anyone who breaks away from the Houthi rebels. And this comes, of course, after an ex-president, Ali Abdullah Saleh, actually severed relations with the militia group. Now, for their part, the Houthis, and this, according to them, is a massive gain for them. They actually bombed the house of Saleh, and there are reports by both Houthi and Iranian media outlets that he's been killed, though his party have denied this. Now, I was speaking to an analyst earlier, and he was saying that, interestingly, the most important development in terms of what we've seen over the past days is a very severing of relationship between Saleh and the Houthi rebels. Yes, there was some squabbling. Yes, there were a lot of tensions between the two sides, but the actual break-off comes very much as a surprise, and that takes us to the next question of what next. Well, if Saleh indeed is alive, which we're not certain about at the moment, then we could find him aligning himself with the Saudi-led coalition, and they together could coordinate a stronger attack on the Houthis. So the big question there is that the end of the Houthi rebels? Well, that certainly partially depends on the support that's provided to them by the Iranians. Of course, their stance has always been, we don't support them with arms, we don't provide them with funds, it's just advice that we get from them. And I spoke to an Iranian official just moments ago who said to me that, look, our actual position at this moment, because this has reached an all-time high, is for both sides to seize the conflict and to prevent the death of more civilians. Now, secondly, the scenario that we're looking at is a Houthi consolidation of the capital, Sana'a. This is according to analysts, and other areas in the north of the country. And lastly, Claire, and this is something that is certainly most dangerous for the civilian population that we have seen unravel over the past days and lead to further deaths, essentially, is the ongoing conflict in the urban areas, which, of course, the United Nations just warned against and has called for a cessation of conflict on each other.